So source transformation is very important, and we can always use to simplify the circuit. So it is mostly used to simplify the circuits, and only by using source transformation also we can find the current or voltage in some part of the circuit. So the point here is that the voltage source is generally connected in series with resistance. Okay, the internal resistance of a voltage source is generally in series, and internal resistance of a current source is generally in parallel. It is always true. Okay, not in general, it is always true. So now the thing is, we can always
తప్పించురా స్లోగా వెళ్ళు.
okay, so now you can see in the diagram also, the voltage source is connected to the resistance R, and similarly the current source is connected in parallel with the now what I want to tell you is that this thing the voltage source in series with resistance can be replaced by this thing, and vice versa is also true. You can always convert a current source into current source and a parallel resistance into a voltage source and a series resistance. It's a very important thing. Please don't disturb.
So Rambab is a
Okay. So while going for the conversion process, transformation process, you should know that positive terminal of voltage source will be the arrow of current source. It means if this is the case and you have the voltage source like this, if this is the case and you have this as a voltage source, then the current source will be having this direction. Plus is related to the arrow direction. Okay, so if you are converting a voltage source into current source, the direction of arrow will be like this if voltage source is having this direction. If this is the case, suppose then definitely this will be done as, or this will be converted as, or this will be transformed to a current source like this. So direction of current source will now be downward. So just focus on the direction of on the position of this plus. Wherever this plus is there, that will be the direction of arrow. Okay, towards that only. Okay, after that, one more important thing is impossible source transformation. Impossible source transformation means that ideal voltage source cannot be converted into a current source, and ideal current source cannot be converted into a voltage source, because you should know, if you don't know, you should know that the ideal voltage source is having internal resistance as 0. I should tell you about ideal sources now. Okay, ideal voltage source is like this, and generally what you know is the internal, you know, every source, every voltage source will be having some internal resistance, and current source also, every source will be having some internal resistance. Like you might have heard or studied in +2 or graduation level in first year also, that any battery or cell is also having internal resistance. Any battery or cell, they are also having some internal resistance. So every voltage source is having some internal resistance. Due to that, if this is V, okay, then there will be some, and the current I is flowing in the circuit, then there will be some voltage drop here also. The voltage drop will be here also, okay, IR or I small r. The point here is, if you now connect a load here, if you connect a load like this, okay, then this whole voltage V will not be available to the resistance or the load, okay, will not be available to the load, because there will be voltage drop due to the internal resistance also. So if a voltage source is having an internal resistance, then there will be a voltage drop in that, and the whole voltage will not be available to the load. There is always going to be a voltage drop due to this internal resistance. Now for ideal voltage source, we always want that there should not be any voltage drop. For ideal voltage source, we always want that there should not be any voltage drop, and the voltage should always remain constant for ideal voltage source. It means that R should be 0, the internal resistance should be 0. That's why we say that the internal resistance for a voltage source should be 0. And that's why it cannot be converted into a current source, because for current you have to go for voltage by V by R, voltage by resistance. And if resistance is 0, it means it will be V by 0, it means it will be infinity, and we cannot have current as infinity, okay. Current will come out to be infinity, and we cannot have current as infinity. That's why we say that an ideal voltage source is having, this is also objective type of question, this is very, very important question, okay. This is general knowledge of circuit theory. This is already taught in first year also, that you can never have internal resistance, like what I'm saying is the ideal voltage source is having internal resistance as 0. What is the internal resistance of ideal voltage source? That is 0. This is very, very important, okay. Then so this was about voltage source. Now again, if you go for current source, then now what happens is, with a current source, the resistance is always connected in parallel. The internal resistance is connected in parallel. With a current source, the internal resistance is connected in parallel. Now, if now suppose this is the load, this is the load resistance. Load resistance means which will consume the power, okay, load resistance. Now if this is the load resistance, and if there is some resistance, whole current will not be available to go here. There will be some current going here also in the internal resistance, and again there will be a voltage drop due to this. The point is, the whole, if there is some internal resistance in a current source, the whole current will not be available to the load, okay, and there will always be some current which is flowing in the internal resistance, no problem at all. Now what ideal current source is there? Ideal current source means the current should always be constant. Current, whatever is flowing from here, it should be constant in the load also, okay. Ideal current source means that there should not be any current fluctuation, current should be constant. It means current can only be made constant if here there is no current. I want to make, or I want that there should not be any current going in the internal resistance, and current can always be made as 0 only if you have R as infinity. If R is infinity, R infinity means open circuit, then only current is 0. Current can always be 0 only if there is infinite resistance, then current will be 0 in the internal resistance. So that's why for ideal current source, we always want that R should be infinity. The internal resistance of an ideal source is infinite, okay, so that no excess current can go into that resistance and there is no drop, okay. in the current value. So you should know the point here is that the ideal current source is having internal resistance R as infinity, and the ideal voltage source is having internal resistance as 0. Now because this is 0 and infinity, so calculation will again will be difficult. Okay, so that's why we say that they cannot be transformed in each other. If resistance is 0 or infinity, source transformation is impossible, because if you are finding current will be V by R. If R is 0 here, it will be infinity. Now in this case, if you are finding voltage from current source, so R is infinity, so again voltage will become infinite. This is not possible. So the point is, both of these things, that is these things are restricting us to go for source transformation. So source transformation will not be possible in these two cases. Okay, but we are not going to have these two cases. Okay, don't worry, we will always be having the cases where it is possible. So it was just for your knowledge. Okay. Now next slide. Now this is a problem, and we have to solve it by using source transformation. Okay, so with they are saying that by using source transformation, please find V naught, that is a voltage across 8 ohm resistor. So please try it if you can. If you can, please try it. In the Zoom meeting, if you write your roll number also along with your name, then that will be better. Okay, like Arun Chaitanya, roll number, and after that you can use a underscore and then your roll number. Okay, so that will be better. Roll number should be there along with name. So now in this case, in the question here given, you can see 4 ohm is connected in parallel with 3 ohm. 4 ohm resistance is connected in parallel with 3 ohm. Sorry, 3 ampere current. 4 ohm resistance is connected in parallel with 3 ampere, and here 3 ohm resistance is connected in series with 12 volt voltage source. So either you can convert this one into current voltage source, or you can convert this one into a current source. So what we will do is, we will convert a 12 volt voltage source into a current source. For that you need to find current. Current is voltage by resistance. So voltage is 12 volt. Resistance in series is 3 ohm. The resistance which is there in series with 12 volt source is 3 ohm. So 12 by 3 is 4. So current is going to be 4 ampere. And the circuit, what will be the circuit? If you can see, this is 12. So this will be connected into a current source, and the arrow will be upward. And this resistance will come into parallel here. Okay. So I can repeat it again. I can what I can do is I can redraw it. The current source will be like this, and its value will be 4 ampere, and along with that the resistance will be there, and this is going to be of 3 ohm. Resistance will remain same. Resistance will remain same. This is important. And after that, other circuit, the whole circuit. Okay. I have just drawn or redrawn this. So please see that 12 volt source has been converted into a current source of 4 ampere, and the resistance has come into parallel. That's it. Rest of the things will remain same. Okay, and one more thing, this can also be converted. So what I will do is I will convert this current source into a voltage source. Okay, and this 4 ohm resistance will come into series. So 3 ampere is there, so current is 3 and resistance is 4. So the voltage will be IR, voltage source. So IR means 4 into 3, that is 12 volt. This is for this case. Okay. So again, this can also be redrawn, and the circuit is going to be like this. Now, important thing is you can see that if you have doubts, say you can always ask on the chat box. Okay. Now you can see whatever we just discussed is being drawn here. It is written here. So the important thing is you can see the direction of 12 volt source. This one, it is minus plus, and this 4 ohm resistance has come into series. You can see the previous slide also. This 3 ampere was there and it was downward, so the plus sign will be downward. Okay, so the point here is this will be drawn as this thing, plus here and minus here, because the arrow is like this, arrow is going down, arrow direction will be in accordance with this plus sign. So both should match. Okay, after that the series resistance, the resistance is 4 ohm. After that we have 2 ohm, that is okay. This 2 ohm we have, it will be intact. Okay, that is there. We are not changing it. But this is 4 ohm and this is voltage source of 12 volt. Okay. So now once we have done all these things, it is very easy to see that these two resistances 4 and 2 are in series. The resistance 4 and resistance 2 are in series. Now this is the simplification. With the help of source transformation, we can go for simplification. This is the very important thing. So it has been simplified. 4 plus 2 will be 6. Okay, 4 plus 2 will be 6. Now this 6 ohm and this 12 volt are now again in series. Okay, you see, just 6 ohm and 12 volt are in series. So again, this can be converted into a current source. So 12 volt divided by resistance 6 ohm will give me 2 ampere current. Again, the direction will be downward, and this 6 ohm will come into parallel. 6 ohm resistance will come into parallel. 4 plus 2 will be 6. 6 ohm will come into parallel. So 2 ampere current source along with the parallel resistance, and all other things are intact. And this the previous conversion, 4 ampere and 3 ohm, that is already there. So now we have this as the circuit. Okay, and the whole other thing is as it is. We have just converted this 6 ohm resistance and the voltage 12 volt into a current source and a parallel resistance. Now if you can see that 8 ohm, see, actually we need to find the voltage across 8 ohm resistance. So we cannot do anything with this. We cannot make changes in this. We cannot replace it. We cannot do anything with this 8 ohm resistance. Okay. But if you see 6 ohm and 3 ohm resistance are in parallel. 6 ohm and 3 ohm resistance are in parallel. So 6 and 3 will make 2. 6 into 3, 6 divide plus 3. Parallel of 6 and 3. That will always be 2. So 2 is there. 8 is already there. 8 we cannot change. And another thing is this 2 ampere and 4 ampere are in opposite direction. See, we are able to do all these things because this is one node. They are all in parallel. They are all in parallel. Nothing is connected here. Nothing is connected here. Nothing is connected here. Okay. That's why we are able to go for this. We are able to do this, whatever we are doing. So now we can see that this 2 ampere and 4 ampere source are in opposite direction. 4 ampere is going like this. 2 ampere is going like this. They can be subtracted. So 4 minus 2 will be 2. 4 minus 2, because 2 is in opposite direction, will be 2. So direction will be of this, because this is greater. 4 ampere is greater. So 2 ampere will flow in this direction. Net current will be 2 ampere. And it will be following the direction of 4 ampere current. Because 2 ampere is downward, but it is less. Okay. 4 ampere is upward and it is more. So net current is 2 ampere and that will be in this direction. 2 ohm resistance we have got with the parallel combination of 6 and 3. 8 ohm is already there. Now we can always apply current division rule to find the current I. Current division rule to find the current I. Now current division means this 2 ampere current will be divided into two parts. I want this one, so I will multiply this opposite resistance 2 divide by total resistance. Total resistance is 8 plus 2, that is 10. Total resistance is 8 plus 2, 10. Opposite resistance 2, because I have to find this current. So if you do this, you will get 0.4 ampere. 0.4 into 8 will give you the voltage. 0.4 into 8 will give you the voltage. That's it. So it is going to be 3.2 volt. So this is the source transformation. I hope it is clear to you. If you have some doubts, you can ask. You can either you can type on chat box, or you can open your mic and you can talk to me directly. But one by one. No doubts? We have already got superposition theorem. Okay. Let me give you a question which you can solve. After that, we will go for Thevenin's theorem. If you have doubt, you can ask in between. Thevenin theorem we will start in the next meeting, next session, which this will be finished in 5 minutes. After that, we can go for the next one. So I am just sharing a question with you. Just try to solve this. Note it down and try to solve. Some of you are joining and then going out also, but it's difficult to track all of you. Most of you have joined,
सर
so you
सर
can
बहुत लोग का
see the
एक
question.
ही आवर पे दो क्लासेस है सर, क्लैश हो गया है बहुत सारे क्लासेस।
हाँ तो तुम लोग एक फोन में एक का कर देते होगे, दूसरे फोन में दूसरे का कर देते होगे, काम खत्म। अब तो आसान है
नहीं
ना
नहीं
क्लास लगानी।
नहीं सर, एक ही फोन है ना।
अच्छा, घर वालों के पास भी तो होंगे।
सर जो सॉल्यूशन मैनुअल है ना, ये भी सर आप लोग कर दीजिए।
सर हम पीजी में, घर पे नहीं।
क्या बोले?
सर आपके पास जो
क्या अपलोड करना है?
सॉल्यूशन है ना, सॉल्यूशन मैनुअल।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, सोल्यूशन क्यों अपलोड करूं मैं? अब ये असाइनमेंट भी तो देनी है।
तो हमें
डाउनलोड
सर
कर लो ना।
प्रैक्टिस करने आसान हो जाएगा
हाँ?
सर।